June 10th, 2025. Oh, by the way, Dirty Dr. Jack the Ripper Rapist. Thank you for sending that letter to my community health center with the fraud letter of the office that hired you and that you're committing fraud. I turned you into the medical board with how to find you and that you're supposed to have a really drugged. I've never met you. I never talked to you. You're lying that you were a doctor of mine before. Where they had all seen for all the signs of being drugged, being raped. Lied you had sodium pentothal reports. Never talked to you, never met you. You're not my doctor. You were hired by some office. It's supposed to be an attorney, what people were saying, and they're dirty doctor psychiatrists. Drugging people up in their home. Supposed to drug me and told me to say horrible stuff I've heard. Never seen them, never met them, never talked to them, never signed for consent for treatment. They're sending out fraud, and they're supposed to have drug confessions. And I was seeing for all the signs of being drugged, being raped, and never seen her talk to anybody. I'm sure you won't have a license when they get done with you. I hope you enjoy federal prison. Thank you for telling on yourself. Okay, I reported you. Bar Association took my attorney's license for a year for just lying to me. And I could prove they lied. Okay. Have fun with that conversation. Oh, and Dirty Lady that was with the Louisville police on May 30th, 25. How you were when they came in your office and they said how all that she was threatening them, so their office tried to offer, said they'd help them instead of her. Well, that's illegal right there. So we're going to put it this way. On the FBI hotline, they asked me, when I reported this, how would you know that church is the one trying to kill you? I said, well, I've had these attempts. And I said, there's these ladies that work in this jewelry store. 2 of them went to work with one of those church ladies. And I've known those ladies for years. And where I've had these attempts, and I didn't know who was doing it, they said that church lady, Katie, was saying it was her church trying to have me killed. And it was them. And she told 3 people and was leaving threats on my life in the mall. I said, I quit going to that church 15 years ago when they pushed my son to suicide. And I told them about Tim and Katie. And they thought it was me. And I hadn't been a member of that church in 15 years. So you knew they were lying. You knew it. Absolutely you knew it. Then I got to thinking. We're in January to March 19 in Belton Village. The domestic violence shelter at first that was helping out, trying to protect me. That guy and lady. Guy turned around and said she's amazing. I could write a bestseller on what happened. I call it Karen's Prayers. A paid-off dirty agent. A man trying to kill his wife. Men being shot at running. It'd be a bestseller. You're the paid-off dirty agent, aren't you? You're the one stealing from the case. It's you, isn't it? See, people talk about these people. You just have to find out who they're actually talking about. It's you, isn't it, sweetie? Where last year about this time, outside Shine, they were saying they're going to set her kids up to be arrested. See if they can't put any of their names on it. And then you showed up. And it was you. Oh, honey, by the way, sweetie, I reported you to the CIA. Oh, and the FBI, the NSA, and I probably will write a letter to the president about you, honey. By the way, uh, and I'm going to get a hold of the Department of Justice about you, honey. I like my damn money. You leave my kids alone. You even leave Melissa alone, you hear me? You leave her alone. Because you're not going after the church that hired the drug cartel. You're not going, what, after Dave for hiring? Oh, no. You're going after people you're trying to trick to be arrested. You're the one that took a payout. Oh, and you know what? Where January 25th, 2019, I bet you're the one that reported or extorted money out the NBA recruiter. I bet it's you. You took what, 20 or 25 grand from that man? Something like that? I heard him through the house. You stole money from an NBA recruiter, didn't you? Was you extorting money out of people? Want it, honey. We're at the end of a horrible, awful day. I'm crying in my room. Somebody knocks on my door. And I told you that day was weird. I had a payday loan to pay off. Went down and got money out of the bank. The riffraff comes in and says stuff. Go to pay the payday loan. Went to open the door and some guy walked out, let it fly, and I grabbed it with my sore arm where David pulled my shoulder. Okay? Out of place and chicken winged it. I didn't answer my phone. It was like, ow. Went to the mall. They had at least 30 men there harassing me. Sarah had that agent's number before I called him back because I dropped it off in a card. And the manager put it in a locker, asked her to call. Went to leave, they said she's got an agent that protects her. I go back in, I said, Sarah, stay out of it. And I left and went down to Dixie's. The cartel swore at me. Okay? She's trying to get me to go for a ride. Tell her what's going on. And I was like, a ride will not fix this. I go down to AJ Tacticals. Dave wants to shoot guns. Okay? We go home and then we go up to Streetsboro because he wants Steak and Shake. Okay? And the whole time he's like freaking out. Okay? Looking, cars are swarming us. Huh? We go to pull down John Thomas Road and the cartel's sitting at the end of the road. I get home and my shoulder's killing me and I go to soak in a hot tub and he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, expecting something to happen. I get in bed, I have that loaded gun next to me. Because next time they were supposed to come up and kill me. Take care of it once and for all. Instead, I hear banging on the door. They said, hey, the police always knew she was innocent and innocent before. They were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing his guy out from a team. And said if she is innocent, he'd pay a fine or bail. He said, no, the police always knew she was innocent and innocent before. And they never want to arrest her. They knew somebody else did something wrong before. That agent was trying to put a fine on her for saying something the FBI was involved. And he offered to pay that fine, and no one wants to say a word to her. That agent can't tell her that she can't say anything. Okay? And they were talking about numbers. Now, did you take money out of that NBA recruiter? Did you extort money out of that man, honey? did too. It's you. Minute. It's you. Then somebody else showed up and they said, I just bought her for 25 grand. Here's scuffling. You can't have her yet. We're not done. I paid good money. Now, I'm not one bit racist. My brother's family is Latino, African American, and Caucasian. Beautiful and exotic. Dave said, she won't go with you. You're African American. And I don't care what color your skin is. You buy me. I'm not going with you. Not for sale. I don't care what the pigmentation of your skin is. It's wrong. He said, you're African American. She'll be afraid of you. I don't care. I paid good money for her. I want her. You'll have to wait till we're done, but I paid good money. We don't care. You can't have her till we're done. They made him leave. Now, then they said, do you want us to take her? I said, no. I'll keep her. I ain't going with nobody. I'll leave with a loaded gun next to me all night. Cried, prayed, when, or somebody came through that door. By daylight, I finally laid that gun on the floor and went to sleep. Now, then they started talking about a Harry. That I was one of Harry's girls. Okay. The cartel. Okay. Now, we're going to put it this way. You took money from that NBA recruiter. Yeah. See, like April 19th, 25. You're the one stealing from the case, aren't you? Hartville Flea Market. The FBI comes in. How dumb are these people? You wouldn't believe how dumb they are. She calls the FBI hotline. They immediately walk into an FBI office. Confess they're illegally monitoring her on their own. That's cyber stalking. Felony invasion of privacy. Talk to a criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, police. Dave can't hire anybody on his own. Nobody could be in my home before. And, okay, so then they say, trust me, nobody ever fell for the dirty doctor scam, taping you unaware, confessing your crimes. Sat on it till Dave wanted a divorce. That's a crime in itself. Several. Federal crimes. Then it sounded mechanical. And we knew they altered everything, and nobody fell for the tape of Weird with Yourself. We knew it was Photoshop and washing yourself in the shower. Couldn't believe they tried this with us. We knew they Photoshopped everything. We told Agent John to go up to that church and tell on her for calling the FBI hotline before he talked to her. And to act as dumb as these people. To find out who was involved. That's why he was up there telling people he knew I was being drugged, beaten, raped. Apostolic Church of Barberton. He didn't care because someone called me a faker. 15 years ago. Okay? Then on a recorded line, how he met with that family that lost their kid in a traffic accident. I had nothing to do with her father killed her kid in vehicular homicide. Was just saying it offended him because that minister called me a faker 15 years ago. 6 months later after a traffic accident I had nothing to do with. Are you kidding me? And those church people, I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick. Medication error, muscles locked up. Yeah. And you repeatedly admit you met with him. Made fun of me for some guy named Pete. How he's running a scam. I don't even know who he is today. And he sounded crazy. Then said something, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor. It's not my doctor. Never met him. Wasn't a doctor from before. Was never my doctor. It's part of Bill from the Freemason scam. His attorney friend and dirty Dr. Jack the Ripper rapist friend running drug scams on people on their own. I don't even know who he's talking about. Okay? Yeah. Then made me beg for my life. List me informant with money immunity. Confessed he knew everything. Then if you try to tell someone, the FBI won't help you. And I'll tell people you're crazy. You made Walter Moss from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office cry, laugh till he had tears. Literally chuckled till he had tears. That agent cannot talk to you like that. You made a criminal attorney drop his mouth open. Sheriff David Mike DeWine, Governor DeWine's cousin, want to know if our police were slow, why they didn't arrest you. For talking to me, Agent John, for talking to me that way. Because he was to act that way. To fool them to get the drug dealers. That agent doesn't have enough authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. It takes a city judge. In a jury trial due to the freedom of speech only. Officers and agents are all police officers. That's all they are. It takes a judge. Freedom of speech. They don't even have the right to even ask you to stay quiet. It's illegal for them to. You have a freedom of speech. He can't bully you into false statements. He can't even ask you to stay quiet or put requirements on how you get them information. You don't realize, Karen, you're in a witness protection program. You're in one of the many. Informants are different. You stay yourself, you feed them information. You're not only in an informant program, but a threat and an attempt to lie case. Prosecutor's office. And until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program, you'll stay an informant for life. Get the money for risking your life to get the government information, and they owe you. Owe you for the rest of your life. That agent cannot withhold it. It cannot misdirect it. And he can't even ask you to stay quiet. Police know they can't go along with any of that. And that he was only bullying you. That's it. Criminal attorney said the same thing. Police departments, prosecutor's office. He's only bullying you. Can't be in a court order. No judge can sign it. You know, when my new husband Carl and I were in the Stark County courthouse, do you know somebody showed up outside my work at night? Seen her in the courthouse. They said our informant was here. I seen her. I felt bad of everything she had to live through. FBI informant. Real case. Stark County Sheriff's help watch me. Massillon Police worked the case. North Canton, Jackson Police. Found innocent of everything in 18. This is just a scam, a drug scam. My ex-husband tried to have me killed. Hired Bill from the Freemasons, I found out. His attorney friend and dirty Dr. Jack the Ripper doctor friend running drug scams on people on their own to cover it up. Having them kick in my door, stalk me. Have the Jack the Ripper rapist doctor break in and stab me with date rape drugs, tell me to say something stupid or lace a drink when I'm out of the room. Have me beat raped. Wake up like that blaming the dirty well water I'm showering in. Never see her talk to anybody. You got a roofie confession. Photoshopping and washing in their own perverted stocking tapes and their own drug scam. Then run around telling people they're a scam. No one's to help her. She's got charges. I have no charges. They're insane. Oh, They verified it for Will. Will's not God, he's a con man. Like they said, that in May 26, 25, it's Bill from the Freemason scam. The doctor from before. That wasn't one of hers. That works for them, and they lied. Walmart 62. And they had to tell me, oh, we drugged you and told it. And it's filthy. It used to make me vomit how they played with me under drugs. Over 20 prescription drugs in high doses will make you sleepwalk without the liquid ones. They found out during the case it's a cocktail of drugs. They could have killed me. Now, how would you like these people to break in your home? What you want to wear? Don't know they're there. Tape you in the shower washing. Photoshop that in the other room. Have that rapist doctor break in and stab you with date rape drug. Tell you to say something stupid. Beat and rape you, wake up, and it's like, what on earth? And then you think it's a dirty, what is wrong with me? I got bruises, I'm throwing up, severely infected. Go to the doctor. What on earth is wrong with me? Did you fall? No. Is it the dirty well water I'm showering in? And does it give me cancer? And no memory of the attack. And here they've drugged you up and told you to say horrible stuff. Then they run around with their scam. We got people to verify the drug confession. Now no one can help her ever again. Don't shut up. What? They're the criminal. You know why they don't do anything but run around telling people shit? Because that's all they can do. Is spread their scam. Well, that doctor from before, that's not mine, works for them, and they lied it was my doctor. That's the scam. Drugged confession. Oh, we got people to verify. They were verifying they're part of the scam. Go to jail for that. Photoshopped her washing. Now, no one can help her. She'll end up in jail. We'll take all her money. They can't do nothing. Nothing but run their ever-loving fucking mouths of trying to pull to people. How would you like this done to you? You don't even know who did it. You never met him. You never seen him. And like, what, doctor? What are you talking about? What tape of this? You go to people and they have no idea what you're talking about because they're just scamming you. And scamming everybody else. They can do this behind your back and run the scam and run around slandering you for harming you and being predators. They're the ones that committed crimes. And they're running around scamming everybody. They could do this. Would you want them to do it to you? And people come up to you, well, you had bruises, blah, 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 blah. You didn't bang your arm. You didn't, da, 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 have the flu, COVID. It was us. We drugged you and told you to say this. We're saying it was a doctor from yours before. You're like, what doctor? What are you talking about? And then it comes out, it was never one of her doctors. He works for them and they lied. They had drugged her up and told her to say that. They photoshopped washing. Oh, but we had people verify it so no one can help her. Verify what? You're part of a drug beat and rape scam? You look at them like they're the most insane damn fools. You don't even realize how insane they look. And then people fall for every bit of shit that comes out of their mouth. It's been 6.5 years. And then try to where they laugh at me, how they frame me. Oh, they drugged you and told you to say wear a mask or stuff. That's disgusting. It used to make me vomit. How they told me they played with me under drugs. And then, oh, they told you to say you're a flasher. You hurt people. I don't hurt people. I'm not a flasher either. Oh, they photoshopped that shower scene to make you look weird with yourself. That's disgusting, and you're perverts in your own stocking tapes. You know what? And I'm going to put it this way. If you act like you're showering in another room, someone would call a 911 call because you've hit your head or digested some kind of toxin. You're delusional. You got to think, if you're standing in the middle of a room and you're acting like you're showering, someone would call 911. There's something wrong. They're not coherent. Get the idea. It's photoshopped. They already confessed that. Now they frame me. They're just playing with me and playing with people to think they can do all this behind their back. Have people show up. Oh, they're going to do this. Oh, they're going to do that. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. They're going to steal everything. Shut up. You're not stealing nothing. See, like Dr. Haben's office, that is still open. Still open. My kid's is pediatrician. Okay? Kids is pediatrician. From 1984 to 2002. Okay? Went in there around 2002. 2001, 2002. Said, Karen, I never one time had to ever worry about you abusing your children. I never had to worry about them being mistreated. I never had to worry about them being well taken care of. Your children are fine. You need to check them out head to toe. Huh? Your children are fine. I never had to worry about you. But you come in here with bruises. You know, investigator said, we went over and talked to Dr. Haben. He is still in practice. And they told him that. There was no sign of abuse. None. Or mistreatment. They were well taken care of. We all know we have John tape that no one could ever say anything bad about her. It'd just be made up because of the divorce. Said it several times. Thanksgiving 18 FBI case. And Dr. Haben said there was no signs of any abuse. Ever. Another investigator said I went over and talked to him. He said there was no signs of any abuse or he would have reported it. Those kids were well taken care of. And Dr. Haben told that one investigator, last time he seen me, I was in a lot of pain. That he didn't even think about my muscles locking up and the rest being medication errors. You know what? You have to prove abuse. You have to have, like the dog bite attorney said, you have to prove personal injury. If it's from a person or an animal, you have to have documented medical proof. Okay? You have to be seen by a doctor or a hospital. You just can't say it. Where I had the dog bite, did you go to the hospital? Yes. They do a hospital report? Yes, I took pictures. And she said, did you do a police report? I emailed and I called him. I need that email and the time you called him. There was a dog warden notified. I said the emergency room did it. I need a signed release so I can pull that. Now you proved harm. You have to prove harm. Have to have a doctor's report, hospital, pictures, and then medical backing. You don't have that, you don't have anything. Then you have to prove responsibility beyond a shadow of a doubt. I said, well, I have a witness. That's not good enough. You could always just have a witness say something. Where they're bragging, they'll just have somebody say something, offer them endless money that they don't gonna get. I said, well, there was another neighbor across the street came out and seen me there within minutes of being in the hospital. Don't matter. They could always say it was another dog. You have to prove physical evidence. I said, well, I did call my boss outside on my phone once I got back in the car and I, was safe from that dog. I called my boss and told him what happened. Huh? My phone went ding. It's still not good enough. I said, well, if you want 100% proof, where that big dog bit into my arm and latched onto it and bit through my coat, through my shirt, into my arm and left its teeth marks. I have the coat. I haven't washed it. I got its DNA on it. She's like, okay, you proved it. She said you have to have physical evidence. See, my ex-husband, where he tried to have me killed. Didn't work. Hired Bill from the Freemasons, his shyster attorney friend, and dirty Dr. Jack the Rapist that are running drug scams on people on their own. Breaking in, setting up button cameras, photoshopping shower scenes, and their own personal stalking tapes. Having Dirty Doctor the Rapist break in and lace some lady's drink and stab her with a date rape drug. Tell her to say something horrible. Beat and rape her. They have laughed in my face how they drugged me and told me to say horrible stuff. I used to vomit. Run to the bathroom. Found out how they played with me. Never seen or talked to anybody. You know how horrifying this is? Now it just makes me mad. You're supposed to told you, say you're a weirdo molester. That's disgusting. They told you to say you hurt people. I don't hurt people. They are supposed to have drugged you and told you to say you're a flasher. I'm not a flasher either. And I'm not a weirdo. You are. See, that's one thing. Abuse and neglect, you can't hide it for very long. Why? Because it shows in your face, your demeanor, you're hurt. You're harmed. You can't handle it. They don't make eye contact. See, that's where Dr. Hibbins said, my children were fine. Normal weight, normal size, no injuries. They also looked you right in the face and talked your ear off. Normal, healthy, happy children. Got it? No signs of ever being abused, neglected, or not being well taken care of. They would be happy looking in your face and talk your ear off. Chatterboxes, actually. See, you have to prove abuse. There was none. It was my ex-husband's thought. The law enforcement, the FBI, was dumb. They could just say some dirty doctor taped her unaware before. That's a crime. It's illegal for a doctor to tape somebody unaware. It's illegal for some doctor to set on a known crime, and they have to, by law, do a limited report. There may be a problem here to the police. I need you to look into it. But they can't say how, so they don't get sued for HIPAA. But if they don't, they go to jail as an accessory. So the scam of dirty doctor taping you unaware before sitting on crimes. Tell Dave wanted a divorce. He's in it with Dave. You didn't think that sounded stupid? There's so many crimes in that statement, it ain't even funny. It's not even my doctor. It's my rapist. I've never even met him. They cannot hire a doctor on their own. Only one that can order a psychiatric eval is a judge in a jury trial. You have to show up, sign consent. You don't have to talk to them. You just have to show up because there's a court order. They can't take some attorney office and take the law into his own hand, him and his doctor friend, and run drug scams on people. Drug people up in their home, tell them to say something horrible, Photoshop something like that, and then run a scam on them? Are you fucking kidding me? How stupid were you sending it to my community health letter of who the office was and who the dirty doctor was writing up fraud? That was a crime in itself. I didn't sign consent for you to send it to him. I didn't sign consent for treatment, and I never was treated by you, and I never met you. You bunch of Fruit Loops. You're like from the Twilight Zone. I was stupid. Like they said, anybody that would back that would end up in jail. Because that means you're an accessory to it. My whole family defended me. Josh defended me. Danny defended me. He still is. Him and Jen. They Try to get them arrested by saying they reported the shower scene in the other room. They bragged they did. They knew nothing of this. April 16, 23. I could hear Danny across the parking lot after John's mom's memorial service. I finally went to Dad. Asked him what on earth is going on. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men in her home before. Pete has her framed. He has her taped. The filthy, dirty statement. I never met him. Off of Forest Grove Drive in Akron. I started up there about 2 years ago, about this time in June of 23. Sitting outside with my client like the first day. Okay. There is investigators with badges around their neck. They all know they sold a login. Knocking on the door. Have you ever listened to Karen before? Yes. They know they sold a login. She ever mentioned Agent John and then they say the last name? Yes. In the beginning of the case, several times. We thought it might be him. We called the FBI. They would answer our questions. We don't want you to say anything to her. We already verified everything was photoshopped on her before. How did he do it? We don't know. But she's never met the man that did this. A predator preying on somebody scamming. Now you start thinking about how not funny and how sick this is. Where that guy up in Macy's to that girl? Huh? Is that the one they're talking about? I said, yes. He said this whole thing's sick. Some doctor gave a group of men a bunch of drugs to go in there and drug her up and tell her to say stuff and beat and rape her. The whole thing's sick. I know. Where Officer Mark in August of 23 has documented and verified she was framed before. And he considers Bill from the Freemasons, his attorney friend, and Dirty Dr. Jack the Ripper Rapist cartel. He said it was a cartel in her home before. We've seen him. He considers them cartel. It's documented and verified it was a medication error made her sick before, and another woman was using her insurance. He considers Bill, his dirty attorney friend, and dirty doctor friend running scams on people on their own cartels. Where even that Massillon police officer, we told people to stay out of this because we wanted all Bill's drug connections. They were all scamming and feeding him his ego. Yeah, they just had to sacrifice me. Like even investigator said, the investigators that work her case feel horrible for what she lived through. Horrible. But it was the way to get the drug cartel. I even had other ones that the ones feel horrible because they let them torture her so that they could gain their confidence. So they tell them where the people they took so they could go rescue them. So they sacrificed me. I like my fucking damn money. Okay? These people can never attach my money. They can't do a damn thing to me. I'm in the witness protection program and immunity for life for working this case. They can't touch me or my money. They're just running around lying to people. Get the idea? You like my money. Stop playing with the dumb people. That's running scams on people.